Allah's statement, إِلَّا مَا يُتْلَى عَلَيْكُمْ. Ali bin Abi Talha reported that Ibn Abbas said that it refers to the flesh of dead animals, blood, and the meat of swine. Qatada said, the meat of dead animals and animals slaughtered without Allah's name being pronounced at the time of slaughtering. It appears, and Allah knows best, that the ayah refers to Allah's other statement, حُرِّمَتْ عَلَيْكُمُ الْمَيْتَةُ وَالدَّمُ وَلَحْمُ الْخِنْزِيرِ وَمَا أُهِلَّ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ بِهِ وَالْمُنْخَنِقَةُ وَالْمَوْقُوذَةُ وَالْمُتَرَدِّيَةُ وَالنَّطِيحَةُ وَمَا أَكَلَ السَّبُعُ. Al-Mayta, blood, the flesh of swine, and what has been slaughtered as a sacrifice for others than Allah, and that which has been killed by strangling, or by a violent blow, or by a headlong fall, or by the goring of horns, and that which has been eaten by a wild animal. 3. For although the animals mentioned in this ayah are types of permissible cattle, they become impermissible under the circumstances that the ayah 5:3 specifies. This is why Allah said afterwards, إِلَّا مَا ذَكَّيْتُمْ وَمَا ذُبِحَ عَلَى النُّصُبِ, and that which is sacrificed on an-nusub, as the latter type is not permissible, because it can no longer be slaughtered properly. Hence, Allah's statement, أُحِلَّتْ لَكُمْ بَهِيمَةُ الْإِنْعَامِ إِلَّا مَا يُتْلَى عَلَيْكُمْ, means, except the specific circumstances that prohibit some of these which will be announced to you. Allah said, غَيْرَ مُحِلَّ الصِّيدِ وَأَنْتُمْ حُرُمْ, being unlawful when you assume ihram. Some scholars said that the general meaning of cattle includes domesticated cattle such as camels, cows, and sheep, and wild cattle such as gazelle, wild cattle, and wild donkeys. Allah made the exceptions mentioned above and prohibited hunting wild beasts while in the state of ihram. It was also reported that the meaning here is, we have allowed for you all types of cattle in all circumstances, except what we excluded herewith for the one hunting game while in the state of ihram. Allah said, فَمَنِ اضْطُرَّ غَيْرَ بَاغٍ وَلَا عَادٍ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. This ayah means, we allowed eating the meat of dead animals when one is forced by necessity, under the condition that one is not transgressing the limits or overstepping them. Here, Allah states, just as we allowed the meat of cattle in all conditions and circumstances, then do not hunt game when in the state of ihram, for this is the decision of Allah, who is the most wise in all that He commands and forbids. So Allah said, Inna Allaha yahkimu ma yuridu. The necessity of observing the sanctity of the sacred area and the sacred months. Allah continues, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu la tuhillu sha'air Allah. Ibn Abbas said, Sha'air, Allah, means the rituals of Hajj. Mujahid said, As-Safan al-Marwa, and the sacrificial animal are the symbols of Allah. It was also stated that Sha'air Allah is what He prohibited. Therefore it means, do not violate what Allah prohibited. Allah said afterwards, وَلَا الشَّهْرَ الْحَرَامِ, for you are required to respect and honor the sacred month and to refrain from what Allah forbade during it, such as fighting. This also lays emphasis on avoiding sins during that time. As Allah said, يَسَلُونَكَ عَنِ الشَّهْرِ الْحَرَامِ قِتَالٍ فِيهِ قُلْ قِتَالٌ فِيهِ كَبِيرٌ and إِنَّ عِدَّةَ الشُّهُورِ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ 12 شَهْرًا. Al-Bukhari recorded in his Sahih that Abu Bakr said that the Messenger of Allah ﷺ said during the farewell Hajj, إِنَّ الزَّمَانَ قَدْ اسْتَدَارَ كَهَيْئَتِهِ يَوْمَ خَلَقَ اللَّهُ السَّمَوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ السَّنَةُ 12 شهرًا منها 4 حرم 3 متواليات ذو القعدة وذو الحجة والمحرم ورجب مضر الذي بين جمادى وشعبان ذو القعدة ذو الحجة and Muharram, and Rajab of Mudar, which comes between Jumada and Shaban. This hadith testifies to the continued sanctity of these months until the end of time. Taking the hadi to the sacred house of Allah, Al-Kaaba, Allah's statement, وَلَا الْهَدَى وَلَا الْقَلَئِد, means, do not abandon the practice of bringing the hadi to the sacred house, as this ritual is a form of honoring the symbols of Allah. Do not abandon the practice of garlanding these animals on their necks, so that they are distinguished from other cattle. This way, it will be known that these animals are intended to be offered as hadi at the Kaaba, and thus those who might intend some harm to them would refrain from doing so.